Chris, my guy, I just got here. Sorry. Yeah, the gun in the thumbnail is an Arex Alpha. It's a gun manufactured in Slovenia. It's basically a race gun version of a SIG 226. I got it from one of my buddies on trade, and he kind of wants it back, so it might be going back. But hang on a second. Hey, Smiley! What's up, buddy? Well, you giving me the side eye this morning? He knows when he's being filmed, don't you, buddy? You know when you're being filmed. Also, he likes that pillow. I noticed he was using the tiger as a pillow. But yeah, he really likes the pillow. He also got into it with the doodle today at the park. Not really into it. It wasn't a fight. But yeah, the doodle freaked out because Rocky likes to jump and play. And Doodle got a bloody eye because Doodle got scratched right underneath the eyelid. The lady wasn't too bad. She was a little bit freaked out, clearly, obviously. Her instinct was wrong. Rather than pull her dog back, she started punching the dogs, so that was wrong. But, yeah, she didn't do any harm. She was too old and weak. But, you know, I gave her my number. I said, look, if he needs to go to the emergency vet, let's go to the emergency vet. We'll take care of it. Who's the weird human? I know, right? I'm just the guy that holds the camera for my doggo. Laying down the rock bottom. Yeah, so anyways, he's all right. We went in here. Give me your foot. Give me your foot. Sit. Sito. Doro. Yes. So we went and got his nails trimmed so they're not sharp anymore because he was ripping me up pretty bad the last couple of days. So I think he just caught his claw underneath the eyelid of the other dog. But the other dog wasn't like squinting or protecting his eye or nothing. He just had blood around it. So he'll be fine. But Rocky... His face bump thing, look how big that thing is now. It's protruding quite a bit, so I can't wait to get those taken off of his face. So just need to, yeah, they buff him down. So, yeah, he needs to, no, they do not have a full rail. They have a part rail, kind of like that one right there. If you get an operator with the TRP, it will have a rail like that. Yeah. So anyways, hopefully the donations will keep coming in because, yeah, he definitely needs it to make that work. Hold on 1 second, though. Chris, I mean, we're doing okay. I was a little freaked out when Rocky and him, you know, so I had to run over and grab Rocky because the lady was literally freaking out. And I get it. Her dog was bleeding, and there were 3 dogs there, but Rocky was the one playing, so Rocky is the one that made him bleed. So she's freaking out. I run over, I break Rocky away from the guy, or from the dog. And we're doing our checks. And, you know, I'm checking the dog, and the dog seems to be fine. He was happy. He wasn't, like, freaking out. The lady was way more freaked out than the dog was. I'll give it that. But I didn't recognize the lady. I don't think she's ever been there before, and she had a little doodle on a leash. She shouldn't have brought him into the big dog park side without, you know, stopping and, like, introducing the dog to the other dogs while we were around. She literally walks into the dog park and walks as far away from us as you could, which is the downside. That's where I think her biggest mistake was. She walked her dog as far away from everybody else as could be, even though the other dogs were following her. So she should have stayed closer to the gate. Even if we didn't, like, interact as much with her, she still should have had her dog closer to every other dog. So just in case a situation like that happened, we could do what we did, which is I'm sitting there with a boot on my leg trying to run across the field. I just added a T and dropped the D. That's right. I didn't give the D. But I'm running across a field trying to get to Rocky and check this lady's dog, you know. And I have this thing with most animals where I was able to calm him down right away, and I'm sitting here and I'm manipulating his face and stuff like that. I'm cleaning the blood out of his eye. And everything seems all right now, so we'll see. Truck is still running like doo-doo. I am sorry to hear that. It is also possible that the engine didn't get broken in correctly before it was shipped to you. Most engines, even new manufacturer engines, are supposed to get, a break-in period at the factory, and apparently they missed it. Can you hang on a second? You okay? You're fine. I'm just making sure. If you got to poop, you let me know. All right. Pardon me. Sorry. For those of you that don't know, my life revolves around owning a dog these days. Also, it's kind of funny because I have to go to the doctor tomorrow to start my weekly follow-ups for the leg. And my friend Charlie, she was like, yeah, no problem. We'll see you tomorrow. Bring the dog. Sorry, your truck's running like doo-doo, man. Motherfuckers, get in here and enjoy the day, or I will find you all and poop in your faces. I'm a weird kind of violent. Yes, I know what I'm doing. No! Fuck you. Invalid? Go fuck yourselves. Hang on a second. Are you kidding me? Come on. Thank you. I just want the fucking link. Hey, hang on one second, guys. Sorry. I'm doing a couple of things for the live. Rocky and I were hanging around until like 7:50, so I really didn't get any of this shit done like I needed to. Do it now while there's not that many people in here. That's what I say. Is the revolver a Ruger? Yes. The thumbnail gun is double action, single action? Yes. It's basically a Slovenian 226. I'm playing Uno with the boys. I'm kicking their butts. How's the DWX been for you? I'm really leaning towards one. It seems like the ultimate gun. Adam, I am going to give you an honest, straight up, honest opinion on the gun. If it came out in 2019 like it was supposed to, yes, ultimate gun. I even have loaded mags right here. It's a gun I carry from time to time. 2025, 2026, it is not worth it. Their finish is trash. The guns shoot amazing, but they don't shoot $2,000 good. They shoot $1,400 good, but they're routinely $2,200 to $2,500 because of their scarcity and the fact that you can't find them. So, amazing gun, not worth the money. How's the doggo? The doggo is fine. He got his nails buffed today. He kind of got into it with another dog, and one of his claws scratched the dog under the eye, so we went and had his nails trimmed. His little things in his face are still getting bigger, so I can't wait to get those off of him. Chemo went well. I gotta go in and get my port flushed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. That sucks. No. So, like I said, if it had come out in 2019 like it was supposed to, when there was only STI Staccato and like the high-end Nighthawks for 2011s, then it would have been a steal at $2,200. But $2,200, $2,300 on the shelf for an optics cut 1911 with a CZ grip is not worth it in 2026. I love the gun. If you can find the gun for like $1,200 to $1,500 used somewhere, all day long, but not at asking price. And the problem is most of them are only at asking price. Even if you go on Gunbroker right now, dipshits are over there doing them at high prices. So, I pinned our donation for his GoFundMe because between his emergency vet visit and what it's going to cost me to get the things taken off of his face, it's going to be. Yeah, but the problem is still finding a non-optics cut one that's reasonable price. I mean, even the non-optic ones are still overpriced in my opinion, FV. So let's see. Dan Wesson DWX. Non-optics cut ended with 15 bids. Non-optics cut went for $1,800. That's an anomaly, though. I'd probably say you're looking in the 17 range for a non-optics cut one on the used market, and then you're going to be paying somewhere in the range of 21 for an optics cut one. And again, not worth it. The only ones that you can get for a reasonable price is actually the compact, because the compact actually, for some reason, the compact is not nearly as desirable as the full size. The full size, number one, I think the fact that it takes P10 mags instead of CZ75 mags, some people think that's better. I don't know if that's better because I got a shit ton of 75 mags. But yeah, they're still selling anywhere from $1,900 to $2,200 used for the full size optics cuts. It's stupid. And then let's say you spend $1,700 or $1,800 plus your stupid ass Gunbroker fees, because Gunbroker is stupid. So you pay 10%, 15%. I don't even know what the fees are. So you're paying another $200 there. So then you got $2,000 into it, plus shipping, plus credit card fee, plus transfer fees. So you're gonna have 21, 22 into it, even though you think you're getting it for 18. And then you still got to send it out and get it optics cut. Not worth it, bud. Just get a CZ75 Shadow 2 optics cut. FV will probably agree with me. The 75 Shadow 2 will be or even a TSO, although TSOs aren't optics cut, are they? I don't think so. So get on Twitch, dude. So yeah, I didn't have dual streaming set up, so as soon as we end the stream, I have it set up on my phone. I will switch right over to Twitch. There may be like a 1 or 2 minute delay. So at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm going to switch over to twitch.tv / the Jimmini Show, and then we can manipulate these firearms. I can show you close-ups of the finish, things like that. Tonight's going to be a good night. Ordered some takeout. I'm going to watch you. Sweet, dude. I'm glad you still have an appetite, man. I know chemo can take that shit out of you, so I'm happy to see that you're unfortunately adapting to it. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Dylan, what is going on, Mr. Chalmers? Why do I know your name? I don't get how people wait for months for a gun to be built. I can't wait 2 weeks. I'm a child. Or they can be like me. I've been talking about 4 years about getting a platypus, but not wanting to wait the 20 to 26 weeks. Two things: nice Beretta and any FALs. No FALs. Googled on me twice today. Can you explain what happened? Are you talking about they channel struck you? What'd they do to you, my guy? Well, they're shadow banning me, which means they're probably going to start taking down more videos. They got me for using an ad blocker. That is interesting. You're not scared? Good, you shouldn't be. No one ever said you should be. By the way, if you go to my my GoFundMe page, the picture that you see of him and I in the truck, that's literally the minute I put him in the truck after adopting him. And I'm looking at him, and his ears have gotten darker since I got him. Interesting. The Dan Wesson Compact is such a good looking gun. I don't like the grips on the Compact. I don't like that grenade style. That's why I sold my Emissary. I didn't like the grenade style, the frag pattern. I noticed you're shadow banning a lot of gun streamers on YouTube. It was like 5 other people I got recommended on Shorts, and they barely appear now. Yeah, so anytime anything happens, so you had the shooting in D.C. of the 2 National Guard soldiers, and one of them died, the other one's still alive. Anytime there's gun violence that makes it to a national platform, YouTube all of a sudden shadow bans as many as they can. Now, they'll leave dipshits like all the big guys alone, or the small guys that they can just monetize whenever they want. But any of us that have been doing it for a long time, they just kind of get in there, which is funny because if anybody at Google, and I'm calling you out, Google, you fucks, if any of you looked at any of my fucking content, you'll see that I have never participated in a mass hysteria event, either a mass shooting or any sort of event. And when I say mass shooting, I'm not mocking a shooting where a lot of people get injured, killed, or gun violence happens. I'm mocking the term mass shooting. So the lexicon in the news, they have literally rewritten the definition of mass shooting to include 4 people. Technically, because only 3 people are involved, the Washington D.C. shooting is not a mass shooting, even though if he had gotten just one more person, it would have been a mass shooting. But if there's a shooting that takes place and at least 4 people are injured or killed, including the shooter, it will be labeled as a mass shooting for the sakes of demographics and for analytic purposes. So they can say during Senate meetings where they're talking to 900-year-old men that fucking fart dust and shoot the sperm of Abraham Lincoln, that there was 50 mass shootings in the United States in 2025. But gun laws stop crimes. Yeah, right? Gun laws stop lawfully law-abiding citizens from being able to defend themselves. Do a quick look up on the full rail, TRP, full rail. You know what it is when you see it. Do a video on that thing. I can't buy guns right now, so I don't want to. I'll believe you that it's full rail. I didn't know that they did the TRP in full rail. I will apologize to that. But yeah, I can't just do reviews on everything. Trust me, I wish I could, brother. But since YouTube is cucking me right now, I have 188,000 subscribers. I get 3 million views a month. I have 18 people watching me right now. Such as Brandon Herrera, Kentucky Ballistics. Yes, so when people sit and they make content dedicated to events, not even current events, fuck them. And again, this is why I can never go on things like the Unsub podcast or a lot of other things. It's not that I don't like them. I just don't do their kind of content. I don't make the kind of content they do, so I don't fit with people like Brandon Herrera, Kentucky Ballistics, Donut Operator. You know, guys like that, they do what they do and they do it. That's all I have to say about that. They are not me. I am not them. I don't know. Maybe I would hang out with those guys and have fun. But I am not that kind of content creator. I am not a content creator that's trying to just do this as a sole form of income. If I was trying to make this my sole form of income, I'd be doing clickbait titles like they all fucking do. I'd be spending too much money on shit to make videos. I'd have an editor, I'd have a cameraman. I'd do all this shit and I'd be very successful at it. Don't get that shit fucking twisted. If I wanted to make this my life, I could, but I don't. When I'm not on this camera or I'm not in my store selling guns, I don't give a fuck. Does that make sense? I don't live, breathe, and sleep guns. I don't sit there and design guns in my head. I appreciate them. I'm a hobbyist, I'm an enthusiast, and I'm a reviewer. That's my level of involvement with firearms. I don't want to wake up at the fucking ass crack at dawn to go hunting deer in the middle of nowhere with a fucking 6.8 whatever, you know? Random question before the stream gets flooded. Thoughts on the Beretta PX4 Compact Carry 2? It's an interesting gun. I've never put my hands on one, but it's an interesting gun because it actually abandons the rotating barrel system. How are you and the boy? He's hanging in there. The little growths on his face are getting bigger. Is that an SPO 101 or GP 100? I'll believe I want another Ruger, maybe two. That is a GP 100 in 10 mil. I see you. Hey, Redneck, what's up? On your lexicon statistics point, they also include sewer slides towards gunfire. CDC really recently came out with a report for children aged 1 to 19. Yeah. You do a better job of showing the guns. They mostly talk and try to be Top Gear guns, and they do it poorly. So here's the thing. And again, I am not throwing shade at those guys. There are some content creators that I don't fuck with because I don't agree with who they are, and I've been vocal about them in the past, and I'm not getting into that anymore. The way they conduct themselves, the way they present themselves, the way they make you think they do that their way, and they're disingenuous and shitheads, and I'll never want to deal with them. Guys like Brandon Herrera, Kentucky Ballistics, Demo Ranch, when he was still on, Donut Operator, those guys, they're entertainers. Okay? They are doing it to give you something to watch. They don't talk nearly as much about the guns that they shoot like a reviewer does. Honest Outlaw, he talks a lot about the guns, but he does it from an one person, one opinion, only if he's the one buying it perspective. He makes his best guns for under 350, best guns under 500, best guns under 750. And those lists are kind of cool. They're also very predictable from him because they're the same guns all the time. But what he's doing is he's only wanting you to take his opinion for what he would carry, and then you have to buy what he would buy. You know what I mean? It's not, and he doesn't explicitly say that, but his presentation puts it that way. Me, when I do a review of a gun, right, I don't tell you my opinions on, how well I shoot 1,000 rounds underhanded at 600 yards. None of that shit matters to 90% of us. But he's also in the entertainment business, so people want to see him shoot 150 yards. PewView, amazing shooter, great video guy, has good editing and good editors, but he's also very much in this for the promotion and the money. The fact that he censored the word triggers and he censors dollar amounts in his videos because he knows those words can get him demonetized on certain videos, and any video that is demonetized for somebody that is a career YouTuber is damaging. It's a pain in the ass and it sucks. Outlaw loves a CZ. Yeah. No, I sold that Tokarev a long time ago. That's the one that I ND'd into a wall. Makes sense. Took me to grow up. I used to be obsessed, but not as much. I worked at Ruger. They're solid guns. I was trading in my SP101. Intruded to save money. I learned. Yeah. Outlaw loves. Yep. They're bro Vetti. Without saying yes, bro, I serve, buy my merch. They don't have bad content, but they know their viewers, and they have a very large but niche viewer base. So, yeah, look at it this way. When you watch me, right, how often do I ask you for money? I don't. I put up a GoFundMe because Rocky needs $2,500 worth of surgery, and if I do it, I have to sell my guns, which I'm doing slowly. I had 41 guns up there. I think there's 20 up there now. not counting the ones that are in the store. So I am selling my guns because my dog comes before my guns. Um, but I don't ask you guys directly to fund me. I don't beg you guys to do anything. I don't beg you. I tell you guys I'm having hoodies and t-shirts made, but I don't say, if you buy it, I'll give you something. I don't give a fuck if you buy them. I want you to buy them. I want you to enjoy my merchandise. I want you to rep my shit. But I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, well, if you do this, I'll enter you into a giveaway to get $1,000 gun for spending $40. That's disingenuous. That's not getting you to buy my merch because you want to support me. You're buying something with the hopes of getting something expensive. If you guys want that, tell me right now, fucking straight up honestly in the chat. If you want me to give away $1,000 gift cards and you have to buy a $50 hoodie to do it, I'll do that shit. But understand, I'm going to make $3,000 on that $1,000 giveaway. That's how giveaways work. Giveaways are never magnanimous. No content creator is giving away anything at a loss. So when you go to Honest Outlaw and he does the fan of them, you have to buy one of his hoodies, mugs, t-shirts, whatever the fuck to get an entry. You're spending $70 on one of his hoodies to get a $40 hoodie and an entry for a gun, because he's going to make $7,000 profit on that $7,000 gun. That's the way giveaways work. So if you guys want to do that, you want to spend $50 to buy a hoodie, and at the end of it, I'll give away something that's worth $1,000. Fuck it, I'll do it. But I'm not begging you guys, and I'm not deceiving you. Also, the other reason he does it that way is because you can't give away a gun on YouTube. You can sell your merchandise, and if you happen to pick somebody's name and they happen to want a gun, that's up to them. Respect realism. I'm disabled and not rich and care more about my dog and family than being cooked for a week. Yep. Than being cool for a week. Yep. Understand why those folks do that, but if it was to make YouTube content on things I enjoy, I would want to go to the route of making it because I want to inform and I like it, and ads and pluses second. I get it though. Yep. Give away the Jeep for a digital download. All right, so here's the deal. If you spend $100, I will do 3,000 tickets. So 3,000 entries at $100, and I'll give away the Jeep. You can do giveaways, but I'd rather give away to a good sub in the background just to be cheered up, even if it's a $50, $25 APC cheapo. Yeah, so exactly. So I noticed it when I was trying to build the base, right? I started doing monthly giveaways for members and subscribers, and the numbers did shoot up. Like I had like 200 members. People would join for a month, and I get 200 members. And then, of course, YouTube takes your cut. So I'd wind up getting like $160, and I give away $200 worth of shit. And then if I didn't do a giveaway the next month, everybody would let that $2 membership expire. So it's like, do I need to make it? You have to be at the $5 level in order to make it work. You know, what do? Do I be one of those guys? Do I make this a business and treat it as a business and do it like a business and ask you guys to participate in a business? Or do we keep it civil, chill, and cool? That's why I'm trying to do the Twitch as well. I'm trying to diversify what I do so that I have two different markets, two different audiences, two different groups that will definitely have crossover, but you know, the opportunity to make money, it will require more sources rather than one source and me begging like a little dark side Phil. Does having an optic on a suppressed handgun affect reliability? In what sense? I don't have a P90. Is it like too heavy? Again, too heavy in what respect? If a gun is cut for an optic, it was always designed to have an optic, so the slide will have the weight of the optic on it. But there's no way that an optic will affect the weight of the gun enough to be like too heavy. And if you're running a heavy suppressor on your gun, again, that's personal choice, but how you mount it or what kind of style suppressor you run will also determine the weight. For example, that suppressor weighs like 4 ounces, 3 ounces. It's not heavy. Giveaways are like the lottery. It's not the way to be. Most here are respecting and are akin to you. I feel we're friends even if we're not. I appreciate it's real, and real is rare. Well, I appreciate that, Joshua. That's why I appreciate it. That's why I enjoyed Paul Harrell so much. He's one of the very few in this community that did content because he liked it, wanted to make it better rather than focusing on business first. Chris, what's that futuristic gun on the wall? I don't know which one you're referring to, brother. That's a grenade launcher, and that's my AR-15. I might be blind because I look at my guns too much. I agree. I think we all miss Paul Harrell for that. Dude didn't care to be cool, just real. That's why I always send people over to look at old Patrick E. Kelly stuff. Patrick E. Kelly, I've talked about him before. He was a good shooter, competition shooter, still shoots. I believe he shoots for Ruger or one of the other companies, but he doesn't make content anymore because his wife was his cameraman and his wife died of cancer, so he no longer films. He might mean the launcher. Got it. How do I send dough? So the two ways you can do it. You can do it through YouTube, but you have to understand YouTube gets a 30% of that tip, which is why I don't encourage that. You could use the link in the GoFundMe if you want to help Rocky out. That will take you directly to our GoFundMe page. That one I get they take their percentage, but they give you some money, and that will go towards Rocky's bills. Otherwise, you can Cash App me. It's just $Jimmini at Cash App. So. But when I get the hoodies made, there's 3 or 4 people that are already getting them. So I'm only going to have like 15 hoodies left because I'm doing a very short run. I will sign them too if you want to. So here, I changed the pinned comment. So it's got the Cash App if you want to directly help us. Cash App doesn't take 30%. So like our good friend Grayson, right? Grayson came in, he had a solid week of work or something, really stepped up, and he donated a bunch of money to the channel. And I greatly appreciate that. That's going to help Rocky a lot. YouTube got 30% of that money. So he donated like $500. YouTube literally took $150 of it. Lost my appetite after a few bites. Sorry, brother. I respect when people do that. I get folks who are going to take the opportunity to make it a business, but everyone does. If you want to make it good and add information and be more selfless. Let's be honest. I am not 100% selfless in doing this. I want to grow the base. I want to be a successful channel. But I don't want to do it on the back of my loyal subscribers. I don't want to do it on the back of my loyal contributors. I don't want to do it on people that come here regularly to hang out. I want to grow it in a way where YouTube just has to recognize what I'm doing so that sponsors, promotions, things like that come my way, so that I can grow it from a more organic point of view rather than asking you guys to subsidize it. Because let's face it, let's say that some psychotic world thing happened and I got 188,000 people to sign up as members at the $2 member level every fucking month. That would be insane. There are some YouTubers that make millions of dollars a month by begging you to buy their shit. I won't do that. Successful channel, you just sit in a chair in front of cheap toys, no talent at all. Pretty much. That's why I said be more selfless. You don't got to be perfect. Paul Harrell wasn't perfect. The end is about putting the enjoyment first rather than business first. It's all balanced. Yep. That's why you're going to do well, because you don't want to do it on the backs of the people that support you. Lol. Yeah, pretty much, man. Now, my detractors and shit, the ones that want to pay just because they think that gives them some kind of like sway or hold over the channel, I love that shit. I always loved selling things to spite people. When I sold cars to people that thought they knew what they were doing, and they wound up paying me thousands more than I was willing to actually sell the vehicles for because they were dick bags. I love those kind of people. I'll take advantage of those people any day. Chris is a G, man. He gifted me, and I think all your Twitch subs with the 1 month sub. Yeah, he did everybody that was currently a sub. I do have to, I'm hoping that you guys will do that. So here's the deal for anybody that's new walking in on this. We're going over to Twitch after this is over, and I'm going to stream on Twitch for 2 hours as well. The difference is when I'm on Twitch, I can pick up any of those firearms and show them to you, take them apart, give you close-ups, all that stuff. So make sure that you come back for that. it's just under the Jimmini show. We've got 38 followers, 36 followers. We need 14 more. If we get 14 more, I can go for the affiliate link. And if I get the affiliate link, I can actually make money over there. Gun ASMR. Pretty much. I ate something that's really fighting with my stomach too, so I don't feel good tonight. But we'll still do it. We're going over there. Isn't that right, Rocky boy? Two types of success: be an entertainment guy or be a good and real one, and one is more rewriting. Life is hard, and a guy who's disabled, I really enjoy good people. Well, I appreciate that you come and you hang out, Joshua. Makes me feel better. All you new people, thank you for coming and hanging out, kids. You guys are about to watch me yawn. Now watch me whip and watch me nay-nay. Oh my God, I'm a she. I am in the top 6% of views on YouTube. Which sounds good, right? Except I'm 2,129th tied. Even though I'm in the top 2,200 for subscribers, there are 423,000 channels with more viewers than me. Or more subscribers. Fucking mint. Why do we have such a large... So yesterday there was a large flood of viewers. That's weird. Wait, is today Wednesday? I didn't put up a video. Oh, it counts live streams as videos. Got it. Sorry, I'm looking at my analytics. Airmax, what's up? Am I ready for the snow on Friday? Are we getting snow? I don't think he cares. Wednesday's my trash day. It sucks. Sorry. Hey, man, I have a question. I want to put an optic on my 43X non-MOS. Okay. You have options. You can get ones that replace your rear sight plate, kind of like that CZ75 up there. It is not optics cut, but it has an optic on it because the rear plate has been replaced. Doggies love snow. Yeah, and Rocky's like a big boy. He's over 70 pounds, so he's fine. Michael, what is going on? Everybody's getting in a little bit slow today, but I'm down. Don't forget, 10 o'clock, we're switching over to Twitch. I already have a live ready to go, set up in the live chat, just chatting IRL section, so we will definitely get on that. AK-47s are badass rifles. Yep. All right, I got to go potty real quick. I have to go make a tinky tinkle, so you guys stay and watch the gun wall for me. Get up and walk away, okay? Also, make sure that my sloths aren't touching guns. Touch guns until we Twitch stream. I'm just going potty, but you coming with? Come on. Oh my God! My nose is on fire! Fuck testimonial. This is single ply, Rocky. Just test it. You're sitting weird. I thought maybe your butthole was wrong. He didn't mute it. No, he didn't. I heard that last one hit the water. No, he didn't. Come on. I'm coming. Good boy. Go lay down. BT dubs, I troll the fuck out of people in the bathroom at my store because this is the only gun that I keep in the bathroom. Or only mag that I keep in the bathroom. I keep a Glock magazine in the bathroom because it keeps me from wanting to sit in there and read shit. Come here, buddy. It's going to be so weird to see you able to touch and... You don't want it? You want it? He's like, man, I'm all beefed out. Where's the last one? I gave my dog herpes. Have I ever thought about becoming a Mako miser? Sorry, I'm already a Freemason. I'm not allowed to. Dylan, just go over to twitch.tv/The Jimmini Show. Just search The Jimmini Show. Human grade dog treats. Better than human. They're not even dog treats. They're just treats, man. There we go. Twitch.The Jimmini Show. Ow. You ever bite your finger down so much that you wind up tearing the nail out from underneath the skin on the side and then it winds up hurting? Amy Macalmiser. Macalmiser. Makalakalikadu. Mekaleka high mekahini ho. Mekachimichai mekachami ho. So, what was that new gun that just came out? Oh, you guys see that they came out with the Shield X Comp? We might have to get one of those. So they came out with the Shield Plus X Comp. Shield X Plus Comp. Shield Comp X. Shield X. X Shield X. X Comp Shield. Comp X Shield. Shop X. Smith can we're gonna want you to bucket before the pound. Nah, but I give my bro shit when he eats his fingers. Dude goes to town on his fingers. Oh, unfortunately I do too, man. It's a nervous tick that I have. Yay! Another compensated gun. Yeah. Oh, I don't have it on my computer, but my buddy was showing me a Reddit post that somebody started. If you guys go over to Reddit and look at 2011 aluminum grips, there was a guy that's listed a Atlas grip that Skips did. Holy shit. Bro ruined an Atlas grip. Did YouTube ever just give people jewels because one time I randomly got 300? Yes. I think when you make purchases, sometimes they do, and then sometimes they just give it to you, I think. Try 1 month ad-free. It took me 12 years to ever actually do premium. Actually, the only reason I do YouTube Premium is because I already did YouTube Music for $10.99, and it's $12.99 to get, or $14.99 for YouTube Premium. So I might as well spend $4 and get free stuff and movies. Look at how bad the cutting is. So, anyways, um, yeah, unfortunately, and you know, I don't like to hate on people, but when somebody's advertising their services, that's why I said I don't advertise my service. And people are like, oh, you think you can do better? Fuck no. But I also don't sell my shit as if I'm doing good work. I'm also not willing to wreck a $400 grip. What would I do if EVGA started making chipsets again? I'd start buying from them. EVGA was my favorite graphics card manufacturer. The STR9M and 9MC. I've been wanting to check one out. I just never got one. So, hey, what's up, DG? Picked up my Sport 3. Can't wait to go to the range next week. Joey, that sounds like amazing, man. What's up, 5150? What's going on? What's going on, girl? Oh, don't leave me hanging now. You said you wanted to tell me something. Adam, thank you very much. Adam donated 25 bucks to Rocky's cause. Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys for doing that stuff for us. Sucks what happened with EVGA. I do respect them giving NVIDIA. Stand up to being bullies sucks for all parties all around. Well, the biggest thing is everybody assumed that they would just go out of business after all that, but they still make motherboards and power supplies and stuff. Man, today is a dead fucking live. What the fuck? One gun wasn't enough gun for pictures, I guess. All right, I'm back. What's up, Dylan? Did you go sign up over on Twitch? We got one more. We need 13 more, and then I can start getting paid over there. Guys, go over to twitch.tv/the Jimmini Show and sign up over there for me. I want to get monetized over there. I found you on there. Cool. $51, what's up? Miss Lala. Love how Czech made some wild shite like the Pistolo 77 price is wild too, yeah. Yeah, you'll eventually have engagement again. Thanks. Makes me feel so beautiful. I am beautiful. No matter what they say, I'm gonna lay you down. Ah. Oh, sweet! I can watch what you call it, Blade Runner 2049 for free. What is shadow banning? I'm too old for this. So YouTube has the ability to turn off notifications. They can hold you back from showing up in recommended feeds and stuff like that. So like if you start doom scrolling through gun tubers, I won't pop up right away. I'll pop up very infrequently. When shorts started taking off, I was one of the biggest YouTube shorts guys. I had like 30 million views in 2 months on my YouTube shorts. And again, guns. So YouTube, you know. So the main thing I'm waiting for, since they're shadow banning me again, is for them to pull another fucking trick. That would be cool, but I also don't want to rely on Abu Shiri. Abu Shiri is an amazing, cool dude, man. I never got to know who he really was, but I would love to. But yeah, they're definitely actively hurting my channel.
This is fire.
I'll show you fire. I'll set up Twitch for watch you tomorrow. All right, just make sure you're signed up tonight. Sooner as I can get affiliate ad stuff over there, I can start doing ads over there, and I can start making money off of that, and then everything will be happy. Maybe I'll be like Fauci and just show my entire life every day, 24/7, even when I'm beaten off. Yeah, so Wednesdays used to be our number one day for like trolls because it's like the middle of the week, I guess. Kids were stressed out over their middle school midterms, I guess, or some shit. So we used to have to ban like hundreds of people on Wednesdays just because they come in spouting racial shit, using the N word, criticizing or like threatening people. It got bad. I've had my Twitch account for a while, by the way. Well, that's cool. I haven't. I just started it. I started by uploading a couple of or doing a couple of live streams where I still gotta watch tutorials, but I was showing gameplay on some games. Do I like EcoBoost or TSI? Nah. Am I leaving YouTube? No, I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm staying on YouTube. So what is going to be happening is I do 2 hours on YouTube a day, and then I'll do 2 hours on Twitch. Twitch allows me to touch, manipulate, and demonstrate firearms that I can't do on YouTube. So I can't pick up any of these guns. Like when people say, yo, let me see that 1911, or yo, let me see your AR, yo, let me see this, let me see that, let me see this, let me see that. I can't do that here, but you can on Twitch. Sorry that you got no energy. Wednesday sounded like a hoot. It kind of was. 10 p.m., brother. 2 hours here, 2 hours there. Yeah, I did think about it, but I don't know where my microphone is, so I can't dual stream here and Twitch at the same time, just because I have my webcam, but I don't know where my mic is. So, and I don't want to use the mic that's in the thingamajigger. But yeah, if you click on the link Redneck put up, you'd be able to go over there and be like, hey, look, we're over here with Joe and we're talking about shit. Have I heard of the Coca-Cola gun? Okay, I'll have to get Twitch. I'm glad you'll be on YouTube too. Thank you. Roski guy just said hello. До свидания, comrade. Are you a gopnik or are you a pizdiek? I had the EcoBoost T27 V6 in my F-150 that I had a while back. I sold it because it had the 6-speed and it was hunting too much. I can't imagine driving the 10-speed with that engine. Just every hill just. До свидания. Oh, спасибо. Arashu? No, that's thank you. I guess I am the pizziek. 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 I'm the pizza. I am the one who knocks. You like the Lincoln Nautilus? Never really got into a Nautilus. I stopped really liking the new cars when they went to full tablet infotainment, electronic everything controls. Like my Jeep is a 2019. I still have lane assist, Android Auto, all that stuff. But if my radio dies, I can just replace the radio. You know, I don't have to replace half my fucking dashboard. The Hemi V8 is coming back, which means the 6.2 is also coming back. We will wait and see which ones get it. So the TRX is already confirmed. Probably they're going to have to do a Durango Hellcat. The body in white drag pack car charger does prove the Hellcat fits in it, but they're also really trying to push that 6-pack. And let's face it, 550 horsepower from an inline 6 that winds up making the car lighter than a V8 making similar power is pretty solid. Yeah. Yeah, they have no reason to get rid of the twin turbo 6 trucks. They just don't want to, they just know that there's a market. It's the same folly that Ford made with the Raptor when they gave them only 3.5 EcoBoost engines. Even though they made more power, they were maligned because they're just fucking V6s. So yeah, they wound up making the Raptor R's. So wait, is Chrysler keeping the new i6 and bringing back the Hemi, or are they just ditching the EV crap? So they're limiting EV production, keeping the i6 as a base model, and then or entry or model, and then they're going to save the V8 for the higher end models. What I'm interested in seeing is they are putting the Pentastar back in production too, because they're putting the V6 back in the Durango for 26 as well. Well, and then the Raptor R came along, which is the TRX competition. Well, yeah, that's what I said. 6.2 was better. I'd rather have a 6.4 naturally aspirated. I'm one of those guys, I don't like giving up displacement just to get a positive supercharger that is designed only to make power. You know, it's cool. The 6.2 makes a shit ton of power out of your normal driving power band. Excuse me, you drive a Subaru, you're not allowed to weigh in on this conversation, McManus? Also, did you go over and sign up to my Twitch yet? Do you know the 208 Ford F-150 Menards truck? I have no idea. Oh, Canada. It's awesome. I've been saying we need to put i6s back in the trucks and muscle cars. Good to see. Glad to realize they go bankrupt without the Hemi. So I had my Charger was straight piped with the 5.7, sounded really nice. The Challenger is a 6.4. It has the Mopar active exhaust on it and sounds really nice. I've never personally heard the 6.4 straight piped. It's too loud. Subaru with over 400 horsepower. Thank you very much. Everybody has Twitch. You just go to Twitch and sign up. If you have Amazon Prime, you can give me a free subscription. And I will give you a little bit of a positive thing because I just double checked. Subaru WRXs are actually still relatively light in the new age of full safety things. They're like 3,500 horsepower or 3,500 pounds with 400 horsepower. That's a good power to weight ratio. That was like my Mustang. I'm supposed to put an inline six in every truck. Nice. Because back in the day, i6s were the base model instead of the V8. They started putting stupid V6s in trucks and cars instead. The return to the i6 and trucks and muscle cars needs to come back. Also, look at two of the most successful inline sixes in the world. The RBD 26 DETT out of the Nissan Skyline R34 and the 2JZ out of a fucking Supra Mark IV. Also, if you just want to look at naturally aspirated inline sixes, the 300 straight six from Ford is a monster. The 4 liter straight six out of the Jeep is awesome, although they had cam issues. They could mushroom out the cams and couldn't get them out sometimes. This one's just over 3,100 with 412. You forgot about the Barras. The Barras are cool, but I don't have any experience with them. Like in the United States market, we really didn't get the Barras. We wound up getting the 5-cylinder Vortex, but we never got the 6-cylinder. Shaved just over 2 seconds off factory. Yeah, it's crazy what you can do with those cars. Problem is you got to beat the living shit out of them, get them up into their torque bands. Yeah. No, the ZR1, the 08, the C8s do nothing for me. The C7s I don't even really like. I appreciate those. But yeah. 300 straight 6 was indestructible. Was it just a tractor motor? Yep. Add any more, I feel like it'd be dangerous and undrivable on the street. Yeah, 3 seconds 0 to 60 for a daily driver is about as fast as you want to be. Loves it at 4 to 7K, which is good because they're geared for that. I'm betting in 5th gear or 6th gear when you're on the cruise on the freeway, you're probably spinning, what, 2,800 RPM, so you're almost in the torque band. I still never use launch control. Scared too from the day when people said it ruins a car. Yeah. How about a Supra RZ? That is a Mark IV, so yeah. What gun is to the left of the GP100? The gun to the left of the GP100 is a modified Gerson Match X 2011. At 75, it's at 4K. It'll go to 9. Yeah, see, so you're almost always in your turbo band, so that's good. Launch control is safe on our new cars, yes. So it's not just the fact that launch control was damaging cars. It was damaging a lot of cars that had like single clutch, dual automated transmissions and shit. So they were burning out clutches. On the automatics, like the Challenger's launch control with that ZF8 speed, it can do it all day long. That transmission can handle 1,000 horsepower. Just like 14 miles per gallon and choose race fuel. Good man, good man. Good man. My Hemi Jeep gets 24 miles to the gallon and I feel like an asshole. So the GTR is crazy. The GTR used GPS to determine whether or not you were on a track, depending on where you bought it. Like if you owned one in Japan, the cars were limited to like 110 kilometers an hour unless it saw that you were on a racetrack, which was stupid. Have I heard of the Ford EXP? Yes. We are too blessed with high horsepower cars. Everyone's got a Hellcat. I remember when hitting 10s on the quarter was amazing. Now it seems like a rite of passage. So I sold cars all the way back in 2000. And Camaros and Mustangs, the LSs had just started kind of leaking out because the 99 Camaros, 99 Pontiac Firebirds had the LS ones. Obviously the Corvettes had them back in 97. Ford still had their shitty 300 horsepower 4.6 mod motor. So really, like, expensive top-end muscle cars back in the day were making 350, and then you had cars that were like higher end, like a Callaway Corvette made like 600 horsepower, and that was considered balls to the walls. when I'm at my dad's house, right? When I had my two Hemis and he had his two Hemis, and we're just sitting there, between our four cars, we have like 1,800 horsepower sitting in the driveway. That's unheard of back in the 90s. Modern vehicles can usually handle launch control for the factory power. You only really run into problems with aftermarket or significant booster torque without taking care of the rest of it. Agreed. Computers, cars are just like anything else. A manufacturer has to build and design a car to function within a very wide range of owners. So they kind of make it much more geared towards life and longevity of components than they do for pure balls to the walls performance. If you get one of those cars, a ZR1, a Shelby GT500, or any of the Elephants or the Demon 170s, those are cars that are tuned to their max performance. Fuck the warranties, because the people that can afford to buy those cars don't give a shit about the warranties. Challenger you saw was mean looking. Same with the white Camaro. White Camaro? When did I do a white Camaro? Hi, Jimmini. How's it going? Good, Joel. How you doing? Shit, tons of horsepower and torque mattered much more when average weight of a vehicle. Yeah. Viper GTS was beat in the 90s. Since it went almost 200 miles an hour on my bike, I'm not really interested in a fast car. So, how much did I spend on the computer in the back? It's built out of used parts that I've acquired over time, so technically I haven't spent a penny on it. I got an old Blazer in my bar, don't know what to do with it, another teeny button, rust runs perfect. Sit on it. The GTOs were okay, especially when they got the larger engine, the LS3s. The base models with the smaller engines weren't that good. Pissed off about diesel regulations. Few folks do not realize that it's one of the cleanest petroleum-based fuel, only rivaled by CNG. Yeah, well, good luck telling that to OPEC. 5-year car loans force manufacturers to make them at least last that long. Dude, it's gotten worse, dude. You know how many times I would do 96-month financing on higher-end SUVs and shit? People were buying $75,000, $80,000 platinum F250s and needing like 107 months financing to get them under $800 a month. Bikes are fine. I just prefer cars. I live for the drive and the comfort that you don't get on a bike. I don't want to get on a bike. If I ever get on a bike, I'm going to do it in front of the front door of the hospital so that when I wreck the bike 0.08 seconds after getting on the bike, they can just take me in and take my organs. Trump's talking about 50-year home loans, so I'm not super surprised. Pretty much. You love the Oregon flats or blow-up tips? I've never used either of those. Hey, I'm looking to buy a Glock 17 Gen 5. Am I happy with the iron sights? Was thinking of replacing the trigger with the performance trigger. Any advice? Jimmini's performance trigger is awesome. I have it in that RXM. It brings it down to, with the optional spring, it has a 3-pound competition trigger in it now. Were the Dodge Neon SRT4s popular where you live? We have so many of them in Long Island. Always liked them for some reason. Yes, the main problem with the Dodge Neon, the entire product line, is that they were designed back when it was when Mitsubishi and Chrysler were together. That's why you have the Pentastar logo on half the parts inside of a Mitsubishi Eclipse or a Mitsubishi 3000 GT, because they use Dodge parts. They had an agreement that they would never make an all-wheel drive Neon because of the Eclipse GSX. Because you could have taken the same base engine, put it in a Neon, and made even more power, because fucking Dodge sold stage 3 upgrades from the factory for their SRT4s. Could you imagine that running through a 6-speed all-wheel drive system in a fucking Neon? It would have been a monster. Do I like hollow points or flat tips? I don't run flat tips. I run round nose or hollow points. Hollow points for defense, just plain old ball nose or full metal jacket for the range. Those ridiculous car payments, why OEMs keep producing ass cars today, because no matter what, we as consumers keep buying them. Yep. Yeah, so I actually was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking I'd love to get my hands on an old wrecked Eclipse GSX and just take the driveline and stick it under a Neon SRT just to build the actual car they should have built. And speculatively, they were supposed to do that with the Dart. When Fiat brought the new Darts, which were based on the Fiat cars over in Europe, and they came out with the Dart, they were supposed to do an SRT model with all-wheel drive, and for some reason they never did. What gun is the one with the blue handle? The one with the blue handle is a CZ SP01. Tricked out a PT Cruiser that had the SRT motor. Oh my god, it would roast the tires to third and keep up with Corvettes at the time. Yeah, the biggest problem that you had with those engines was torque steer, man. If like stage 3 tune on an SRT4 Neon, even with its unequal half shafts, which is what they said would help mitigate the torque steer. Holy shit! If you launched it and took your hands off the wheel, that fucker would make a 90-degree turn. What do you think about the Map DS Hybrid 2011? I don't know who that is. Yeah, I used to love seeing that in a lot of front wheel drive cars. You know, you'd see like if you've ever driven a Pontiac Bonneville final year, the SS whatever it was, they did the V8s for the last year of the Bonneville and the Grand Prix and stuff. Those cars had wicked fucking torque steer because they had 5.3 LS motors in them, front wheel drive. That's how we totaled it out. Front wheel drive is slow and sad. No, it's not that bad when you're going backwards. Would you fight a turtle in Wisconsin, or if you want to fight a bear in Russia? Like bear is in a hairy gay dude that's big, or like a grizzly bear? Yeah, no. So the Pontiac Bonnevilles, yeah, the GXPs, that was the Pontiacs. Also, that generation of the Bonneville, right? The GXP had the 4.6. No, they had the 5.3. I don't know why they're saying they had the 4.6 North Star. They had the 5.3. The Oldsmobile had the North Star engines. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so the 05, they got the North Star engine. They had the 5.3 V8 engine out of the trucks. I had a Melon Pontiac Vibe. I bought it off somebody's my first ever car for dirt cheap. Well, the Challenger and Charger Hellcats would also spin up the rear tires if you stomp on it from a dig. It wasn't even just the Hellcats, man. I had a 5.7 track pack, 6-speed manual, and they would break the tires loose. Even with that multi-link rear and independent rear suspension, they V8s are a different breed when it comes to torque, man. Prius is gay. I drove one. It's like taking your cousin to prom, not gonna lie. It is like taking my cousin to prom. The problem is at the end of, when you get laid at the end of the prom. What about the Aztec? The Aztec was ironically cool. It wasn't a good car, not at all. They had bad engines in them. They rusted out like nobody's business, but they were kind of cool. Why is that a problem? My cousin is hot as fuck. Oh, you live in southern Nevada. Got it. Ford Ranchero. 42 minutes. I'm going over to Twitch, so make sure that you're over there and you sign up. If we get me to 50 followers on Twitch, I can apply for the affiliate program, and then I can get paid over there. Does Oldsmobile still make cars? No, they died in 2004, 2006, somewhere in there. They died in the early 2000s. Oldsmobile didn't make a single novel vehicle ever after the 80s. So actually before that, even in the 80s, the Cutlass was just a Chevy Monte Carlo with a different body. It just had a 301 instead of a 305. Then you went into like the Oldsmobile Cutlass with the V6 front wheel drives. Those were just Pontiac Grand Prix, which were just Chevy Monte Carlos. The Aurora was just a Cadillac STS. The Alero was just a Grand Am. The minivan was just a Chevy Venture. The SUV was just a Chevy Blazer. So they didn't make a single original vehicle in the 2000s. Which is better car in general, a new Edge SN95 or an early S197 Mustang? S197s because if you're talking about new Edge 99 style, they were okay, but they weren't great. Now, give me a 99 to 04. Doesn't have to be a Terminator. It doesn't have to be a supercharged Cobra, but give me a 99 to 04 Cobra with the independent rear suspension and the 6-speed. I'd take one of those over an early S197. Going from 230 horsepower Mini to a 510 inline 6 was mind-blowing for me. I usually keep my cars for 10 to 15 years. She will be my last one. See, I can't say that. You know, I used to say that all my cars were my last ones, but Stone will tell you I've driven down to hang out with him 4 times in the last 2 years, and I had a different car every fucking time. I'm all right, work in progress. What's the Twitch name? Jimmini Show, The Jimmini Show. Same thing as it is here, brother. I wanted to keep it simple. Thank you, Dito. Yeah, the GT500s were pretty solid. They were undervalued, or they're undervalued now. You can find high mileage ones for under 20 grand, and I would definitely do that. We are on Twitch and signed up. Nice. Thank you, Pupper Dad. You like Hillbilly Pontiac or the Oldsmobile Silhouette? Dude, I like the Silhouettes. I like that rounded nose better. I get stupidly attached to my car. Selling my Mini was like giving a kid away. So I kind of get where you're coming from. I usually, like when I traded in my Mustang, I told him you cannot keep this car to sell. Even though it needed work and I knew he wouldn't because it was a 150,000 mile track pack, I'm like, you cannot keep this car here. That is number one. If you keep the car, you got to give me back the car. And he's like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, no, you're not going to do that because you're money grubbing motherfuckers. But I told him I do not want to see this car running around because I'm just going to try to buy it back. Foot healing up good? Full healing, not at all. Going to doctor tomorrow at 2 o'clock, yes. Gonna get another cast, yes. Another year of healing coming up. Thank you very much. All right, I'm following. Thank you. JD Joyride had a GT500, but I think he got rid of that for the dual clutch model. Oh, what a pussy. 83 Datsun 280ZX, your take. I like the old school stuff. My first instinct when I look at old stuff though is to modernize it. So like I would take that 280ZX and I'd put a Skyline engine in it. It would actually drop it in terms of displacement. It would take it from 2.8 to 2.6, but I don't give a shit. The old Z cars are fun. La. Do you think staccatos are worth it? Nope. Simple, easy, peasy, lemon breezy. Staccatos ain't worth the money. So for the price of a Staccato XC, I've got that gun, that fully modified gun, that modified gun, that Ruger GP100, and that CZ SP01. All 5 of those guns you can get for the same price as a fucking Staccato XC. Why would you buy a Staccato when you can buy 5 good guns? Talking Beretta, Ruger, fucking CZ. Good guns for less than the cost. All 5 for less than the cost of a Staccato XC. I'd get the 2K11 before the Staccato. 100%, dude. It's half the price. I'd pay $2,200 for a Kimber over $4,400 for a Staccato. Yes, manual cars are more fun. Where is Deagle? Sold Deagle. But do they beat a Yeet Cannon? No, they don't. I wish I still had mine. TS2 is the greatest handgun ever made, and they're like $1,500 tops, brand new. My guy, that is a strong statement from somebody with a collection like yours. I respect your take. Maybe Staccato if you're a cop and get 800 off and are a Staccato fanboy. I have said this repeatedly. I've never hid how much I paid for the gun, and Daniel will confirm it, and you can ask anybody that knows me. I paid $1,500 for a Staccato 2023 Staccato C2 with 3 extra mags and a Delta Point Pro. $1,500. I sold it a week later. To me, it wasn't even worth $1,500. I shot it and I'm like, fuck, I can sell it for $3,000 because Staccato fanboys will buy the gun and the optic and the extra mags, which I did. I traded that $1,500 gun for about $3,500 in guns. They just have the classic muscle car feel with the manual and the V8. Pretty much. Totally true story. Yeah, you can ask McManus and Stone. I told them exactly what I paid for the Staccato when I bought it. Staccatos, I'm looking cheaply made to even, in your opinion, or look cheaply made to even think about it. So there's no reason to look at a $2,500 gun. So that's what the C2 started at, $2,500 gun. There's no reason to look at a $2,500 gun and have the first thought in your mind be, I have to change this because I don't like it. But you're a big, hairy gay guy, so your opinion is void. Oh, come on. He's hiding the gay. He had 3 kids. The issue is Staccato is fine, like they're serviceable, they're just outclassed by better and cheaper options available. Yes, Staccatos went from high class STI erase guns, hand fit, hand assembled, hand tuned. They went from that business model to trying to be like an M&P competitor or a Prodigy or something like that. Their cost went way down when they decided to use mass construction processes and techniques. When they went to an assembly line technique for their guns, they gave up all their rights to their pricing. I'd still say the TS2 is better than my STI. I mean, I'd send you the Grandmaster, but the problem is the Grandmaster is a dedicated race gun, so it's not even in the same class as the TS2. The TS2 is a competition-ready gun, but the TS2 doesn't have a 6-port comp and a 6.5-inch barrel and no sights. You know, you could technically carry the TS2. I'd rather the Alien over the Staccato too. Yep. Didn't Staccato stop the CS, basically pushing the HD line? At least those that have the reverse plug. I don't know, man. I don't hand load ammo for the Grandmaster either. Wait, you have a Grandmaster? Alien actually looks like an expensive thing. Kinda does. Ban single stack AR-15. I agree. No single stack AR-15. Ban California. I agree with you, Milton. I don't think there should ever be a single stack AR-15. If I can't put a motherfucking drum mag in my assault rifle, then fuck it. You're right, Milton. No, I meant if you sent it to me, I don't even have the ammo to make it run properly. Oh, if I send it to you, when I send it to you, I'll send you a few boxes. It's just Arms Corps 38 Super Major. It's the only one that shoots hot enough to run the gun. It's just a factory ammo. It's like $26 for 50 rounds, so it's not even that bad. Your STI is a basic mod too. Gotcha. Yeah, 38 Super from Arms Corps is hot enough to make it run. So you got to get into the 139 power factor, which means you need a round that's going like 1,400 feet per second, and with a grain weight of at least 119 or something like that. It's really weird. Do I like jet engines or do I like diesel or gas? I like ramjets. Actually, I like scramjets. The SR-71 does not have traditional ramjets because it needs to function at lower speeds and lower altitudes. So it has a scramjet. At higher speeds or higher altitudes and higher speeds, the engine itself actually stops rotating and just becomes a giant compression combustion chamber. So it's a hybrid ramjet, which is fucking cool. I think my buddy had an SDI once after he came back from Fresno. Very informative. Thank you. I got mine in Fresno too, ironically. Lol. Well, that's why people were giving crap to Ford for naming their cars STs, because in Europe, ST stands for sanitary towel. See, Fresno is no joke. Come to Fresno, stay for the food, leave with the STIs. I'm here because the Glock V sucks. Just join Twitch and click to follow you. Thank you, AG. Appreciate that. All you people, if you want to see a more in-depth video, go over to Twitch as soon as we end this at 10 o'clock. You go over there. We need 11 more people over there. If 11 people come and follow, I can monetize that channel and we can touch these. I can take these apart. I can show you what makes some of these special. Miller, go over to Twitch, sign up. You'll see. Have you seen the new Chevy UTI LS? No, I haven't. What's the UTI? Upper urinary tract infection. So I'll be honest, the Focus ST caught my eye until they said that they were coming out with the Focus RS, and then there was no point. So my buddy bought a Focus ST the same year I bought my Mustang GT Track Pack. I looked at the Focus ST. I didn't fit in the Recaro seats. Oh, do I have a Desert Eagle? No, sold it. The only Subaru that's gay is the Forester, and it was designed to be gay. It's kind of like a Volvo C30. Nah, my buddy loved his Focus ST for a while, but he got tired of it quickly. Going down the road at, 4,000 RPMs gets a little fucking annoying when you're in Virginia. We could fit in an original GT40 because they have no suspension for the seats. The seat is bolted directly to the floor stone. The new GTs, no. Although Jeremy Clarkson fits into a new GT, and he's 6'6". What's more iconic, the Deagle or the Rhino? The Deagle for sure. Mouse, what's up? 12-pound recoil spring in the Echelon. What are your thoughts? I've never had the need to change the one that's in mine, so I don't even know what the factory one is. I think it's a 13 or 14. Would you say Beretta prices are justified for what they give out? It depends. Which model are we talking about? For the performance, no. For the standard ones, yes. Dude, I hate California so much I paid them almost $9,000 extra in taxes. Got a letter saying they wanted $1,500 more. Fuck! Gotta get out of this state. Gotta get out of this state. You paid your taxes, sneak out in the middle of the night. You can say you're going to Colorado for a visit. And then wipe your hands of California and fudge and flee, dude. Shit. You're fine, Rocky. I love Zero Sugar, but I know it has bad stuff in it. Go over to twitch.tv, the Jimmini Show, brother. At 10 o'clock, I'll be able to manipulate and demonstrate any firearm you see on the wall, bro. I believe Civil War made every secession illegal. That's why I hope that Elon Musk discovers that there's lithium underneath the fault lines and starts digging and fucking splits California off from the United States and it falls into the ocean. They want me to pay by the 10th, but I'm going to try to fight it because of the Palisades Fire, they extended when you had to pay by October 15th, and that's when I paid. Tell them to shut up. Wrong jug. That was the piss jug. That'll teach you to judge me. I just pissed straight up in the air. Why waste plastic? All right, stop saying stuff is gay, Weston. You're not using it in context correctly. I want to tell him to get fricked. Do it. Dave, how's it hanging? To the left. Wait. Yeah, to the left. Also, Twitch is where the hanging is going to happen. Wait, where hanging out is going to happen. Man, dude, what is happening? How is it going? If we have fun over there, then we will continue it. Also, we may do Twitch exclusive giveaways. Stone, I need you to send me a bunch of the stickers, the titty stickers. Mrs. Mouse told me to just pay it, but I told her that's a lot of money to pay for nothing. Would come out of the money we have for the Arizona house. And then she shut up and made you dinner. Good wife. Hi, Mrs. Mouse. I didn't say that. Drunk told me to say that. He said you get happy. I'm going to grab grub. I'll show up for the Twitch. Going to be exciting. Peace out. All right, Redneck. We'll see you over there. They're all in the high power box. Awesome. That'll be here tomorrow. But knowing my luck, it'll happen right when I go to pick up or go to my doctor's appointment. Gambler, hello. She's teaching right now. Lol, not home yet. Call her up and told her I said that. I've done a video on it before. If you go and look at the Gerson MCP35, I actually take the slide off of my high power and put it on the Gerson. I've got burpees. Hey, do you know there's no credit score required to be approved for things? I don't know why. Yay! People are following me. I've never really hunted, Weston. Sorry. Match X or Prodigy? Both good places to start. I prefer the Match X just because of the comp. What's the name of the video again? It was the Gerson MCP35, I believe. Hold on, I'm going there too. Couch review of the Gerson P35 OPS, I believe. I just added my own video to a queue. Also, no, P35. Jan Browning would be proud. Hold on a second. I'll get the video queued. Right, is that the one where I do it? Hold on. Yes. I'll give you the URL for that one. Yeah, so I literally take apart the high power and swap all everything except for the trigger. You should go hunting for whitetail. I don't like hunting because it requires me to walk, and I can't walk well. Best place to buy bulk ammo, Ammo Sync. Oh, shit. Thank you, Watts, for the 600 joules. That's amazing. But yeah, AmmoSeek.com is kind of hard to beat. Honestly, also watch Palmetto State Armory. They do flash sales of ammo. That's pretty good. But the best place, Watts, is a local gun show. There are dudes that travel to gun shows just to sell ammunition. So I have seen 1,000 rounds of federal ammo, 9mm, at gun shows selling for like $190. When you could buy when you normally would be paying like $270 for it online. Yes, I am very damaged. I wish that was true, Mouse, but we are doing special orders, getting the store back up and running. Unfortunately, I got to get the leg taken care of because if the leg fucks me over, I'm done. Have I ever been to Allman's Shooters? Nope. Gun show this weekend. There you go. I really wish I remembered to send your ammo. I just remembered it sitting on the counter, Stone. Also, I can help you get firearms into states where they won't ship directly from manufacturers, but you can get FFL to FFL transfers. So I am not in any way circumventing any rules, but as a private or as a FFL, not a manufacturer, I can send guns to other FFLs where manufacturers can't. Pineapple grenade head having ass. Wait, are you saying I get ass, or do you like that my head is shaped like a pineapple? Take care of your leg. Nah, fuck it. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. My nurse friend, who I'm always in constant contact, said, yeah, go ahead and set up a visit for tomorrow. Bring the dog. Everybody just wants to see my dog. So I sent her a text back, and I said, it's all part of the plan, baby. I'm going to steal you from your husband. He's saying he thinks his head will fit up his own ass, maybe yours too. Dude, if a head went up my ass, that would hurt because I'm diamond fucking tight. Look that up. Oh, that's good. You can bring Rocky. Yes. I can bring Rocky into any facility that a human can go into, minus operating theaters, MRI rooms, CAT scan rooms, CT scans, things like that. Sterile environments I can't bring Rocky into. But if I was hospitalized, technically I could keep Rocky in the hospital with me. Have you ever had a vagina wrapped around your neck? Once.
You look like SpongeBob losing a gun. Ah!
Everybody has had a vagina around their neck, unless they were C-sections.
She choked me with her lips.
SpongeBob, me boy. Farts are not turds trying to whistle. It's your butthole telling you should probably shit down. Sometimes I like to talk to people that tell me they're the only child. Did your parents have any kids that lived? Probably should have swallowed you, dude.
I think we're getting off topic.
Rock, I think you failed anatomy, bro. Wrong hole attached to the front.
I came out like a blasphemous titan.
What's going down on Twitch? I'm doing a live stream starting at 10 there. So I'm doing 2 hours a day here, 2 hours a day there. I'm going to start dual streaming as soon as I remember to figure out how to do it correctly. So then I'll be doing the 2 hours on YouTube and Twitch with an additional 2 hours on Twitch. I want to grow the Twitch following for just chatting and showing guns and shit because I think it'll grow faster than YouTube will because YouTube censors me too much. Twitch doesn't care. Yes. So I can even go to a gun range on Twitch. I can live stream from a gun range on Twitch as long as I don't point at the camera. Got to head out for a bit, catch you on Twitch. All right, Ake. I was cut out of the belly like an alien ghoul. God damn, man. Do you think that's why some people are gay? Because they were C-section babies and they never got to actually go through a vagina? Interesting. Well, good. Yeah, it's kind of like when we did the Discord lives, only it'll be an actual live on Twitch versus just the Discord calls. So much less restrictive. When do I think I'll be on Twitch? A little bit after 10. I'm probably going to have to take a minute to get the live set up, but I already kind of set it up in my mobile app, and I can just start streaming there. I'm from this disabled. He whistles a lot, and he whistles your ear off, and he will yell Dad's table like a madman. Holy shit. Where are you from, Weston? Oh, yeah, we found a lot of shit with SFR in Discord. I forgot all about that. Yep, so that'll be cool. We can, like, when people want me to show them shit, then I'll be able to be like, oh, yeah, here you go, and I can show them the guns. So soon? Yeah, so 20 minutes. Yes, and I'm not gay. Have we seen SFR lately? He stopped in like a week and a half ago during that raid that I got. And he said a few things and then he dipped back out. He said he's limiting his social media presence. What gun do you think you're going to drop first and break something on Twitch? Wait, which gun did you want next? Oh, yeah, the Gerson. I'm going to smash my computer with it. Good for him, yeah. No, like I said, he popped in. I said hi to him, asked him what was up, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm taking a break from everything. He went and took some mental time, so... He's been doing a lot of like work too for himself with his business. I could text him, yeah. Yeah, no, I could email him, reach out to him, text him, but I just, he said he's just taking time for himself, so I don't want to interrupt him. And quite frankly, I have a big problem where I just I don't think about anything. So sorry, guys, my brain damage keeps me from remembering to do stuff. You're from Eau Claire. Oh dear. Saw him throw a CZ orange downrange and an acorn and the McManus broke it. Well, technically McManus fixed it. As much as I like to give crap to McManus, I know who broke it. And it was a dumb thing. Although McManus, I still don't remember if you ever gave me credit for identifying the problem after just hearing what it was doing. Really, bitch? You stop listening to me and you start playing Kingdom Hearts? You go to Memorial High School. Costs a small arm and a leg. And I think I did it. Oh, yeah, he said you fixed it. I've shot it since you fixed it. It shoots perfect now. It's, what... Oh, that you did congratulate? I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I'm just giving you shit because I want public clout around 19 people. But yeah, it was crazy. It was just the detent for holding the safeties on. Yes, he did fix it. I know you're still here, but you're cheating on me with a Steam game, man. Also, next, when they reset my Ghost of Tabor, I'm going to need you to jump on in about a week after I start playing it, because I need you to hold some stuff for me in the game while I reset my account. I will give you $1 million in shit. To give you credit, I know I fixed it. I put nearly 1,000 rounds through it after I fixed it. Lulz. Joe told me my Pedro is defective and so are yours. They are. They're rejects. They're not even defective. If they were defective but they had good coats, they would have killed them. They just weren't pretty enough to become coats. I like the orange. Everybody keeps talking about my orange, man. Hey, say what you want. I just spread the love with good guns. Damn, dude, that's some cold stuff. Well, why are you sniffling, bro? Come here. Come here, Rocky. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, pal. Come here. Come over here. Come here. Come here. It's okay. Come here. Why are you sniffling? Let me look at your nose. It's okay. I'm just looking. Your nose is dry, so why are you sniffling so much? Come here. How'd that feel? That feel better? You ever do that to your dog? You grab him, blow it in their nose? I think he's got a snot bubble stuck, so I'm trying to blow it into his mouth. Last time I talked to Stone, he said he was going to paint. He was going to recoat it black again. I think you should go back to my Equinox. He told my wife that too when he came down. Our white one actually has a pierced ear. What's up, buddy? How you feeling? Well, here's the deal, dude. Normally I would start playing a game after the live stream, but I'm going to continue live streaming. So what do you want to do? You going to go lay down? You want to lay down in the bed? You going to lay down right there? Okay, that's fine. Stay there. I'm thinking about getting it back to the original color. Madro's missing a two-toed toe bean. Jesus. You'll get hit on less at the range if you do. Well, the funny thing is we were shooting at his parents' house, so the ladies that were picking up on him were a little bit banjo. Why are we talking about relative stuff tonight? That's been weird. Typical South Carolina activities, lol. All right, so guys, I need to let Rocky out for a few minutes and then go to the bathroom and stuff. So I'm going to jump off here right now, and at 10 o'clock I'll be on Twitch. So if you guys are up in 15 minutes, just go over to twitch.tv/Jimmini Show, and we'll start up over there, and the first thing we'll do is start playing with pew-pews, okay? I will see you guys in a few minutes. Like I said, I got to make a drink, make sure Rocky's ready to sleep, and then we will have some fun. So if you want to see me manipulate firearms, you'll have to go over to Twitch. I'll show you the trigger pack from Jimmini on that gun. I'll show you the brutalization I did to that gun to make it run so good. So, yeah. If you want to see me actually demonstrate any of these firearms and show you them up close, go over there in a little bit, okay? Give it about 10 minutes or so, and I'll be up. It's going to be a good Twitch stream. It better be. Because, you know, it requires me to be up 4 hours a day. So, all right, I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Come back over to Twitch. Twitch.